Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Motorsport Manager, continuing the 2020 season. Our fifth race in Black Sea, where we have not raced since the first season of the WTCR. It was replaced by, I think, Beijing. But we had a lot of trouble there getting a proper setup. So hopefully that'll go better for us this time. A little bit nervous about that whole scenario. And, of course, we need to get a new part design because we've got 2 spoilers in, and we need the third one. So I think right there is where we're looking. 600K, going to cost a significant amount of time here. And we'll take a look at what we have. That's the new one that we just got in. 23 hours, not as bad as before. Caroli just missed out on the podium. He must have been devastated. Well, Susie Perry, I suggest you go back to linguistics school. He's tough. He'll get there next time. Nothing wrong with a little bit of encouragement. That makes everybody happy. And new record pit stop. No mistakes. All of that's good. All right. Brunner is burnt out. That sucks. I've yet to have anybody recover from that. Didn't get as many new people, but we had some from before. Lemons, a 20 on the tires. Well, that's not, and a 19 on the front jack. That's not a question. You're coming in, and then let's see what we have. So we're still good to keep our top jack people out there. Got to replace some of the tires ones, though. Let's switch lemons for, let's just say a Mappa. See, do we have anybody that has better? Nope. So we're actually going to have to switch down to an 18 here. With powers, I'll throw Prue out there. Our backups on the jacks, we've got Boggs, we've got Castellanos. Individuals on the tires plus Brunner. Going to hang on to him, see what happens there. Do I want to keep Bailey Jones? That's kind of a question mark at the moment. I'm going to say let's wait and see what happens. So you never know when we might lose somebody. I just want to carry a little bit of a heavier group. I'm not going to totally fill it out, but I'm gonna stick where we are. Not getting rid of anybody just yet. And some people blathering on, including Danica Patrick. Okay, repairs are done. Now for the Black Sea, we need those spoilers and then the engine. Acceleration matters, but not as much. Our car is still dead last. Yeah, let's yank that spoiler out of there. We want to get this one ready for the race. That's our main objective. So around 12. I think we're going to be really close if we go with 10. So we've got the 2 engines that we're out there working on. Let's yank out that gearbox and put out that one spoiler. So we will be having a much improved spoiler out there for this race. Of course, we're not going to get anywhere near having this stuff maxed out, but we'll continue the improvement process. And I think that's where we want to be. And a couple reserves whining. I think maybe I'll bump that up 1 spot to 11 just for now. All right, Black Sea, 50 laps, almost 3 miles, likely to be some rain. Spoilers are what's going to matter the most, super soft and soft. And Chairman Becker says, really happy about our sponsor deals, which rank 8th overall. So you need to readjust your concept there. Thanks for the compliment, but it's not actually true. And yeah, I think we want to stick at 11. Seems to be trending where we're going to want to be. And RMG expected to perform well. Menezes is confident about his lead. 3 points ahead of Cairoli. My team is stronger, and so you have the same team. HWA looking to see some improvements. Our spoiler is up only to 11th. Because I haven't put the new one out there. So that should be better. Okay, yeah. You're up to 92%. So I overshot that a bit. Tires. 26 degrees. That would seem to be more in the softs direction. So once again, we'll split these pretty darn evenly. Let's get that spoiler out there and going. So that'll make Cairoli happy. He's expected to finish 3rd. Menezes just 9th. Then let's see where that puts us overall. Yeah, and they say that brings us up all the way to 4th. We will be getting another spoiler, would presume, for the next race in Guildford. And then Milan, they will also matter there. So we should be set up well for these two fast corner tracks. And so it's off. Now we're in Russia, nestled between Europe and Asia, on the shores of the Black Sea for our next adventure. Svaneborg and Menezes, as always, for practice. We will start out on the softs, or we actually want to start off on the supers. That looks reasonable. Not yet. Menezes, are you continuing your bad driving from last event? Because that would be bad. I mean, I understand you having a bad race, but let's make a habit of it, shall we? So 50 lap race, and I think we're going to be going with 2 softs. Unless we've got a super soft, or, yeah, I mean, we could do like 1 super soft and a soft perhaps with the right ability there, but probably not a short enough track to max both out. Svaneborg out on qualifying, very good. Switch to qualifying for Menezes, but he does have a nice little 6.4, 6.7, so at least we're starting this well. His form is not as bad as it did appear. You can see these looping turns around here. Now, of course, you also have the really nice hairpin there. These are more moderate to slow speed ones. But a lot of them are just sort of... There's some sharper ones, but also some that are just sort of looping around. You can't quite go flat out, but you can go, oh boy, that's a nice little... the previous editions haven't had that little loop in them. That little back and forth. Not really a loop. Gear's just right. So we'll come in here, we'll switch to race trim, make some adjustments. And based on the speed of things, I'm thinking level 1 to 2 for qualifying and supers, and of course getting level 3 for race trim and softs. Okay, so one of them thinks it's too heavy at the front, and the other one thinks it's not heavy enough. But we nailed the handling for Svaneborg. Still driving well at 79%. Well, clearly we've got to lower it. So, I mean, that answers the question of which direction is right. And I'm going to guess we're going to go on the speed side. That might be a bit much. Let's just go that little bit, see what happens, and of course leave the handling for a later adjustment. Switch to softs, and away you go. Well, we got the speed pretty close, but 74%, a little bit weaker overall. Let's see, let's go maybe about there. I'm not sure for this one. It seems to be getting conflicting information here because she wanted the lower speed, which would make that right, but then the handling... Yeah. You know what, let's just go here and here and then just see what we get. Because any point in like debating it with myself that much this early in things. Save a little bit of time by getting it right, but mostly I just need to get back out there and get more information. You can see both drivers still on low with their setup knowledge. They gotta shrink those bars for me and give me some more solid info. So we didn't quite get to level 1 on the super softs in qualifying. Hopefully we can get those later. And we're liking the adjustments so far. Both drivers still driving well, so looks like maybe Menezes will overcome that bad driving from last race, but no really way to be sure. Okay, so Menezes says the handling is better. Svaneborg says it isn't. Her first lap comes in 16th, Menezes 15th. Neither one of those greatly encouraging. Yeah, and the softs are holding pretty steady at around that 19-20 degree mark. It's supposed to be 26 for the race. So we're definitely going to be looking at them heating up. And I think we're at a pretty good time to come in and make some further adjustments. And we've made it to 85%. So let's see. Poor to great. Maybe a tad more. We'll adjust the handling later. And we want more acceleration on the speed side. So those are the key takeaways here. Yeah, let's try that. Much better from Menezes. Not there yet, but he's at 92%. Okay, so I think a little bit more understeer. And then again, going back the other way for more acceleration. So we'll give that a whirl. And the rain's coming. Totally didn't pay attention to the weather. Rookie mistake. Well, we just hit level 2. So we'll come back in for inters. Don't make more mistakes. Whoops, okay, yeah. Wow, Menezes is right there. And boy, did I lose some time there. Yeah, just some really kind of careless errors here. Let's try and tighten that up. Okay, we got the cornering right there. We know how to fix the handling, right? Yeah. The speed balance is what matters. So good. Okay. And great. That was so maybe a little bit more acceleration. We're going to try that. Same stint, switch the tires. And then, of course, we're just switching tires here. So we want to knock out that race trim. Do what we can on the inters. And Menezes is actually the one who's out first here. We'll bring him in to switch to qualifying and maybe bring in Svaneborg as well. Let's see. Got to decide here. Nope, I think I'm leaving her out there. She's driving really well. She's going to come in for this lap. So there's race trim level 3. Qualifying, and let's see what setup changes we need from her. And we're having trouble nailing this exactly right. Maybe in between on the speed. Let's try that. Just looking for an answer that gives her the speed number that we want so we can finish this off. But I think we got all the information we need. We're going to get the setup that's going to be a good one. It's not going to have the problems that we had last time. We're just going to try to bring up that qualifying and inter as high as we can because it's going to be wet for the rest of this practice session. So we're going to be stuck at level 2 on the softs, unfortunately, and not quite level 1 on the supers. So we're definitely going softs or inters as the case may be for this race. So it looks like we're going to get to level 2 on qualifying and inters. So it's a very broad group of things that we have in race trim, the only thing at level 3. We're crawling up pretty close to level 3 here on the qualifying, but we're not going to make it. Nope. Oh well. So yeah, always check the weather. Timo Glock taking first place, and only Green and Ericsson even within a second. So not very competitive at the top, and we were nowhere near the top there. And yeah, everybody commenting on everybody else, at least they weren't insulting our bad practice performance. Bad, of course, only by appearances. Qualifying, and yeah, it really doesn't matter what else, but we'll hit enters. I'm not expecting the greatest showing for us here. But let's definitely fix up Cairoli's 93%. We did hit the speed balance right on. That's great. So we need a little bit more on the lower speed there. Okay. And that's as far as we can go on that. So we've got to find another way to get that lower. Now this is looking more like the problem that I had the first time I did this set of tracks. Let me double check again. So I don't need this quite that low, but I need it close to there. About there, and then this is not going to be right on. So I think we're going to have a hard time getting it right where he wants it. Should be able to be really close with that, though. And the weather says it's going to be clear. Might be able to get 2 sets out. Let's send out Cairoli first, because he's going to one that's going to have to make potentially adjustments. And then just a little bit after him, because my goal here is to get 2 times. Don't know if we can make it. We're going to give it a shot. Both drivers solid. Cairoli a little bit better than that. Well, bring it down. Bring it down. There we go. Almost messed it up, but didn't. All right. Ready for the first set. 6.6, 5.7. The second set of times will be more important, assuming we get them. And I think it's going to be close, but I think we're going to be able to get a second set of times in. So Cairoli should be the first one to finish a lap. Question is, will that lap be worth a darn? And Mueller goes 0.4 seconds faster than either of our drivers, which pretty much tells me what I need to know. We're going to struggle here today in the qualifying. Still no sign of any rain. We did better in the second sector, though. At least on that comparison. Cairoli felt good with a 153.6. Menezes just slightly ahead. And now the other times are going to come in and shift us downward. Menezes is looking respectable. Perhaps not for Cairoli. I just don't like that little jog right there. I like the straightaway better. Not that it matters. So 13th and 16th. Middle of the pack at best. Only 95%. We messed up the acceleration. Yeah, the acceleration needs to be that hair lower. Let's see, and if I make that lower, it does push this down also. I'm going to go with there. Just that little bit better for both of these. Hopefully that gets that up a bit higher. Switch tires again. I think I need to be sending Menezes out at about 3 minutes. And actually, it doesn't even need to be that soon, so... Jump the gun a bit here on Cairoli. Menezes not looking great. Hopefully he can pull off something better than his form is currently indicating. Right now, he would barely get us that sponsor bonus, and we wouldn't get it at all from Cairoli. Who, of course, was given the spoiler that he hopefully should be able to use to improve this. Well, I hit the temperature right for 2 drives for each person, so the preparation part was fine. You can see still not much closer in terms of that first sector. And I have to think it's the gearbox really that's holding us back at this stage. So Cairoli did improve, but not spectacularly, and drops below 14th. So either Menezes picks this up here, or we're going to miss out on some money that we really shouldn't be missing out on. Looks like he's fast enough to get something better, though. No, it's not. 17th and 18th, they both got the same time. 18th and 19th now. Yikes. So yeah, still should be better for the race and everything, blah, 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 but that is not good starting that far back. Robin Friends, Martinborough, Team ART, and nothing about us. Oh, will Menezes be able to hold off his rivals? Answer, no. So we've got a mountain to climb, and there's no mistaking that. And I'm going to go with soft and race trim. I don't see us being able to, stretch the softs to go the entire length of the race, and that's mediums. So I think soft and race trim for both. It is going to rain some. Boy. We're going to have water for just a handful of laps. I think we're going to have a really short stint at the beginning. Then we're going to need to come in. Then we're going to need to switch tires again. And can we stay out there? It looks like maybe a 7 or 8 lap period where the dry tires aren't going to cut it. And I just think that's too much. So that's a bad situation. So I'm going to stick on the super softs because of that and just fry the snot out of them. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Really? So we need a tad more understeer. I can't even tell why he doesn't have a little bit more acceleration, a little bit more understeer. And in order to get those, I've got to screw this up. I don't think I can get Cairoli better than 95, which is unfortunate. I'm just going to live with it. We'll take that 1 lap of fuel off, per usual. And we'll go aggressive. Okay, there's going to be lots of changes in this. Lots of room for the pit crew to prove their worth. And we're going to hope we've got an 8 for Cairoli and a 4 for Menezes, who has the faster car. I'm just not a fan of how this is going so far. We're just going to have to try to make the best of it. Menezes gets hung up, Cairoli does not. That's the story of the beginning. 17th and 21st. Well, to say there has a lot of work to do is an understatement. Somebody went wide and then slowed down a bunch of other people. Silvestro. Simona de Silvestro. Messing up everything. Okay, let's switch neutral. '17th and 19th. Menezes subpar. Cairoli driving well, except that he doesn't quite have the setup. Doesn't quite have a lot of things. And there's Menezes coming to the inside. So now he's our top racer, such as it is. I'm going to try to stick on neutral for at least this lap because we don't need these tires to last long. What we need is to move up in any way possible. There we go. Menezes slipping inside around that turn, and he's 15th. Silvestro 18th. That's hardly stellar, but it's progress. Menezes trying to find a way past Ventura and friends, and notice that nobody picked anything other than supers, and I think they might have all been reading sort of the same strategy book that I've got, as Menezes slips up to 14th. We're going to go high and conserve now. Hopefully that doesn't cost us too much. Cairoli setting his best lap of the race. Okay, 15th and 16th. We can now say that we're making a bit of progress since the beginning of this race, but not a lot. And the early leaders. Right now it's Person, who would be shaving quite a bit into our lead. HWA doing really well, and they would be coming up from almost nothing, so we could stand to see that. We got to try to work our way into the top 10 at least and reduce the amount we're going to lose. I don't know. I mean, it's early, but I don't know if we can do any more than that. I think we can afford to stay high for a bit here, so I will, but I am going to go neutral. Just going to let them race, but I would really like to get by some of these cars that are ahead of us and pick up some spots. And here comes the rain. It's not time to come in yet. We seem to be fairly well locked in positions here. I don't feel like I'm going fast enough to really gun it and get by anybody. And of course we're going to want to pit on different laps. So Cairoli, I guess you're coming in now for inters. Go and save a little bit of fuel. Wrong driver. Go ahead and save a little bit of fuel. Menezes, keep going after it. What on earth was that? Whole bunch of cars going in. Menezes will come in next. Alright, mistake on the front jack, costing Cairoli over a second. We didn't need that either. Comes out in 17th. And we'll gradually work on trying to catch up to some of the cars ahead. So what are we going to get with this next stretch? Looks like it's going to be dry for a while. So we're going to try to finish it off, I think. We switch on to softs and finish off the race. Maybe. Yeah, it's not going to be quite late enough for that. Might be. It's going to be close. So Menezes is just behind whoever this is, Muller. And he's going the wrong side of that turn, but he's looking for a way by. Locks up, but still manages to get around, I think. Yeah, very nice. Cairoli, 16th. So we do seem to be very slowly moving up. Menezes under pressure from green. And he's driving badly. Cairoli is not, but he's at the back of that group. Trying to get inside of Muller again. So Muller not having a great time right now. There we go. Boy, I thought you had that, Matteo. What just happened there? Wasn't even a speed burst. You just, like, you stopped driving or something. Let's try it again once we get around this turn. Beautiful double pass. May not necessarily hold it, but it gets us up to 14th. And now we'll go conserve. So I think I want to wait. Maybe wait as long as I can get away with for the next set of stops, and then go softs very conservatively after that. Because the temperature is going to be high. I'm going to have to drive them conservative anyway. I should lower the wear. I don't know if that's going to be good enough to finish on. It's a gamble. But I think it's a gamble that needs to be taken. Let's try this. Menezes. Oh my goodness. That was horrible. And Cairoli down to 15th. Gustavo, why can you not drive lately? And wrong siding there. Trying to get around Tsunoda. Think we will eventually. Oh my goodness. Cairoli penalized. This race is just turning into a disaster. There's just no two ways about it. And hopefully we're not headed into the typical mid-season blahs. Cairoli out in 22nd. So he's going to have a disaster of a race as Nico Kari has crashed. Cairoli up to 21st. Menezes still 12th. Got enough energy. I think we got. It's going to be 11th. Somebody else going in. I thought I was going to get a double there for a second. So other cars pitting, and I think it's early. It is early. I don't just think it is. I suppose a nice little side effect of this is we can afford to pit on the same lap. So we're going to stretch this out again as far as we can possibly do it. Cairoli, let's go use some fuel here. I don't think I've got much to use for Menezes. You know what? I'm not sure he does either. Back that off again. Spengler, current race leader, pitting. Another one here. Menezes up to second. Komzik pushing but not getting past. Do we want to stop this lap? We're going to lose some time for doing it, but I don't think we do because I think we need to hang out there for another one. The logic is we need to... Yeah, it's drying, but it's not dry yet. The other cars are going to be catching us, but here's the thing. They're going to have to pit again, and my plan is that we don't. I'm either going to make this work or I'm going to feel really stupid. And Menezes temporarily takes the lead, and we are going to come in for this one. Cairoli as well. That'll leave us with 35 on tires that say 32 to 34 on an abrasive track. So we're going to be wanting to keep that tire temperature really low, which means we're not going to be able to push hard for passing. course, no question, the cars on the Super Softs are now faster. But we're finally going to get that soft performance bonus. Menezes now gives up the lead. It's always nerve-wracking when I make a move like this that could turn out really well or could be an absolute freaking disaster. Let's go neutral. Try to get this spot. Trying to stay ahead of Tambay here. We've got the inside. So I'm okay with going neutral, just not more than that. Whoa, Cairoli, you've got lots of energy. Yeah, let's use some of this energy. Okay, so Menezes 11th, Cairoli 22nd. Everybody ahead of Menezes at least has to pit. So he's just got to hang in there. He's not really looking to pass anybody. He's just looking to not screw up. Come on, Matteo. Is that gonna... Oh. Thought you might be able to slide inside Virtanen there. Alright, I'm going to start going conserve this lap. Right, 94%. If you want it that bad, you can have it. Apparently he wasn't quite able to pull it off though. Okay, well, I think we're going to make this before the tires, like, I don't know that, I think we can do this, I don't know. The tires are going to get down super low. I want Menezes to stay where he is. I think when we come back around to the starting line, I wanted to see if I can get this pass out of Cairoli. 3 seconds ahead to Vitoris, who's on faster tires. This is definitely one worth using that speed burst for. Here we go. Oh yeah. Plenty to spare. Let's run neutral for a bit to hold it off. So, 11th and 21st. Team standings again. Person Motorsports still there. HWA still there. We don't need... Let's just see how high we can get here, but... Right now it's just like, can we get any points? All we're going to be able to do with these vehicles is like, can we just finish? Cute. Neutral. And go. Come on. Really? Well, that was miserably bad, Gustavo. So I'm just basically watching the power meter here, keeping the tires from getting too low, and otherwise sort of hoping that we can somehow eke this out. Cairoli's got to go after it here. Yeah, and that was a terrible turn. Okay. Meneza is up to 5.0 and has gotten the pass back on Tambay. Speed Burst didn't do it. He did it on its own. Cairoli continues to look for ways by. There we go. There's a double pass without even using that much energy. Now he's looking for another one. Wrong side though. Even a speed burst there by DuPont might not save him. 9.9, some great driving for Cairoli. Unfortunately, running into green earlier sort of cooked him. There's another pass. 18th. So he's going to gradually work his way up. Check back in with Menezes, who is still hanging out right here behind Robin Friends. His form has slipped a bit. Let's go conserve a little. I think both drivers can afford to do that. We're definitely catching up. Like we're going to be able to finish. I think we're going to be in single digits. Maybe 5-6% on the tires. But we're going to be able to finish, assuming there's no more rain, and there isn't going to be. So I think we can pull that part of this off. And Menezes has like several drivers within 10 seconds ahead of him. He should at least have a decent chance at passing those. We're going to need to use this speed burst here soon. Yep, and Tambay's coming up behind. So let's just gun it here. Ahem. Well, that was weird. Tambay got by, and then we got back by. And then now we're battling with, who is that? Robin Friends, but probably not going to make it. Whoops, you're gonna abuse those tires, get them back up. Yep. Doggone it. Cairoli gradually gaining on this group here. Muller, De Silvestro, Toraman, and Green. And here comes some cars into the pits. Oh, only one. Okay. So 10th and 15th. And Tambay going all the way down to the bottom, grabbing those softs. Menezes still right there behind Friends. Give this a shot, and then if it doesn't work, even if it does, I've got to go back down to cooling off. Oh yeah, now I really want this. Go, go, go. Come on, get by. Trying to come around the high side on the corner, but I think we got it. Okay, I got to hold this for a bit and then back off the tires. So Menezes all the way up to 5th, and all 4 cars ahead of him still to pit. Cairoli is 10th, and looking for a pass on De Silvestro. So his future isn't as strong thanks to that penalty he got, but still, pretty good. We'll go back, conserve here with Menezes, see if we can hold it. And if we can't, Robin Friends has to pit soon anyway. So let's get that tire temp back down. And of course, we burnt all of our power. So you've kind of got to just sit there and relax for now. Glock coming in. See if we can slide ahead of him. And we will. Up to 4th. And Cairoli even ahead of Glock, but not by much. It'd be really nice for him to get past De Silvestro and get like a buffer. Doesn't have a lot of fuel to use, but he might have just a little bit. So I think it's going to be worth... I'm going to go for that at the end of this lap. Spengler coming into the pits. And he probably stays ahead of Menezes, I'm thinking. Let's go back up to neutral for a bit. Lots of stuff happening up there, but Doggone it. This is what I'm concerned with. Come on. Get by. I had to burn a lot more than I intended. But Cairoli does get by. We'll go back to medium. Come on, hold it. Got to stay on medium there to try to hold it. But now there's a car. And actually Wiccan's back there too. There's two cars between me and, most importantly, there's a car behind me with bad tires. Or worn tires, anyway. Now Menezes is third. Behind Spengler, but should be able to pass Ericsson. So Menezes could finish as high as second. Now where are we looking? Okay, so now RBM gains 2 points on us, and that's it. If we pick up that spot, here we go. Okay, so if we hold this, and that's a big if, but then Spengler wins. If Cairoli can hang on to fifth, yeah, that will actually be the winning team for this race. Not by a lot, but still, given everything that's gone wrong, this is remarkable. And Menezes has 4 seconds on Molina, who has fresher tires. That's something to watch. Cairoli, boy, just lost the spot to who? Wickens. Okay. And then behind him, De Silvestro is going to pit, and then there's Glock. So Cairoli definitely with work to do. Right now I think I want to save the neutral and everything to hold off Glock. What's the gap there? It's about 3 seconds yet. Not going to worry about these cars. Just try to hold 6th. Now if we could hold 6th or something close, we'd still fit. Well, no, just barely finish second, right in the top 3. I really don't want to lose any more than that. I think Menezes is a hair short on fuel, so I don't want to do anything particularly spectacular there. Cairoli could potentially get a spot back against Green here. Which would be nice considering the, how should we put it, the incident that happened earlier. Oh, got to go back up to neutral now, no choice. I don't think we're close enough to go speed bursting on this lap, though. Maybe if we can pull up a little bit closer, we can go after that. You see Glock coming up. 2 seconds back now. Menezes gradually losing ground, but he's also losing temperature on his tires. Probably got just a little more fuel to burn with Cairoli. And he is closing this up. Okay, I think I'm going to go after this at the end of this lap. Try to once again get a car between Glock and myself. Go, 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 get by, just go. There we go. Now just hold it. And we've got to go back up to neutral. So, we're back to second and fifth for the moment. You can see the gap now to Molina. Menezes to Molina is growing. Now, of course, we're going to be losing... The thing is, we're going to be losing time and spots at the end of this race. Staying ahead of Molina when our tires go red, that's going to be rough. But right now, it's looking pretty good. About a third of this wonderful thing. Less than a third now to go. Cairoli not that far ahead of Green. It actually loses a spot to Green despite that. That's unfortunate. I was about to say, oh, I've got to go conserve now, but I really can't do that yet. Well, I don't think there's much choice but to go after it again. There we go. And I'll lose it again. Boost and then counter boost. Outsmarted by Green. Okay, I'm just going to have to stay on neutral here until Glock gets by, I think. Well, here comes Green in. Either way. Now, Menezes, I need to speed burst you just to use up the energy. Glock went into the pit again? Oh, fine. Go back and conserve now. Surprised though, I didn't think Glock would be going in quite that soon. You can also see Menezes catching up to Spengler some, but not going to make it all the way back. $11 to go. Cairoli's form is dropped, but we're really just trying to leg this out now. He's got 3+ seconds on Ericsson. Save up that energy for when you need it. Use that gap to cool your tires. All of those fun things. Ten laps. Yeah, I think we're going to be at 5% on those tires, if that. But Ericsson shouldn't have much tire by then either. So that should help. And yeah, Menezes, you need to back off yours. Use some more speed. Now both drivers pretty much right about at the midline in terms of their driving skill. Menezes fading again compared to Spengler. He does have a solid lead, a few seconds over Molina. Cairoli not losing that much to Ericsson yet. How's Ericsson's tires? 48%. And it's going to start getting interesting here soon. because we're going to be going into the red zone. Probably by about the end of this lap. And there's Menezes with 7 laps to go. And Cairoli there as well. Ericsson down to 41. So I think my goal here with Cairoli is just to try to make Ericsson burn himself out to catch us, more or less. Let's use a speed burst here. Not a huge one though. Let's go conserve. And we're going to need to use one by Menezes. Suri has crashed. Was near the bottom of the standings this race. Shouldn't affect us too much. Still looking about the same. We'd have to hold all of our current spots to be the winning team for this race. And Cairoli not losing that much time to Ericsson. That's looking better and better all the time. Menezes with a 7-second lead. We'll go ahead and back off there, but I'm feeling like we're going to pull this off. Final 5 laps. Even with that speed burst, under 3 seconds. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Go back up to neutral. 4 laps. Yeah, Menezes holding at 7 seconds, so I think he's fine. Cairoli is the one to watch. Oh, it's up to 3.5 again now. And Ericsson's got to be in the red at this point. Yep, just barely. Let's go ahead and use some of that fuel. 3 laps to go. Yeah, we've got the condition to do it. Ericsson's still chasing, but he's not going to get there. Now a 4-second lead with 2 laps. Menezes down to 6 seconds, but I think we've got this. I don't know that I've ever run tires down this low and found it to be a good idea. Yes, they most certainly are. On the other hand, you're about to start your last lap. There's the last of your speed burst. It's just over 2 seconds. You see, you're at 7%. Ericsson's chasing you at 15% on his tires. Boy, down to a second now. This is not quite certain. Menezes is about to cross the... Boy, this is trouble. Yeah, I think Ericsson's going to get him. Come on. Counter spurt. Yeah, doggone it. All right. I thought we had it, but we didn't. We just didn't have enough. Still finishes 6th. And HWA just barely beating us, but at the top of the standings, we increased our lead on most of our competitors. Actually, at the top of the standings, we increased our lead on all of our competitors. Remarkable, remarkable rally. The way this started. And this could end up being... There's Spengler. Give him his moment of glory. This could end up being a real turning point in the season, or potential turning point denied. With the things that went wrong in this race, and we still managed to pull out this kind of a finish. Cairoli doesn't have that drive-through penalty. Obviously, we are the winners, no question. And Menezes, 22 seconds behind, a minute or an hour on 40 minutes almost exactly for the winning time. Menezes still in first. Cairoli drops behind Spengler, well, tied for Spengler now, third in the driver's standings. And our lead continues to grow. Almost a 2-race lead now as we approach the halfway point of the year. Spengler says it wasn't a bad way to spend a Sunday afternoon. And Menezes is getting really close to some more trait bonuses. Mechanic relationship continues to improve. Cairoli's switched a bit. Apparently Clark thought he should have done better, but he had 7.8. That's his best driving showing of the season, even though it's tied for his worst finish. Menezes at 5.0. So he's only had one race really significantly above average. He's just been very But as his traits continue to improve, results will have to come with it. And we're second overall. Almost 1.2 million lost since we didn't hit the qualifying goal. And Guildford is next. For that one, we should have 2 sets of quality spoilers out there. That should really help us. And we're looking ever the stronger as we approach the midpoint of the year. So thanks for watching, everybody. The adventures of 2020 will continue, but we are looking very much like big favorites to pull down our second title.